Hey YouTube, what's happening? It's Nadu coming back at you again from Skinny Maggie. Guess what? Today is day 35. There are 35 days left until America votes in the new president of the United States. Whoa, this is crazy. So, a lot of things happening. Have you seen the news that the New York State Attorney General has ordered the Donald to stop campaigning in New York because there have been some findings that his foundation has been used to get him out of some tricky lawsuits. Yes, that money that was to be used for charitable purposes may have been used to pay legal fees. Not okay. All right, not that I'm rejoicing in anybody's troubles, but it seems like the man who claims that he's smart because he hasn't paid taxes would know not to do such a thing. In other random news not connected to the election, what's the deal with all these clown reportings? I don't get it. Somebody help me with this. Anyway, that aside is an aside. I've talked to a few other people. Excited to put them on the camera in front of you. And I'm noticing, and maybe I can put a call out right now, it's really hard to get women to get in front of camera. I mean, it was hard for me to get in front of this camera, but I'm here. So if you know a woman who has got things to say, send her my way, people. I want to talk to more women. So today, in other news, I have my first Trump supporter that has been willing to talk to me. Kind of excited about that. I hope I get to talk to more over the next few days because, again, I'm about getting the opinions out there. We want to hear what people have to say about this election. Not just one side, all sides, okay? So that's coming up in a few seconds. Focus on issues. And what do you think are the issues in this particular election?
Many of them. So one, which is personally affecting me, is immigration.
Right.
That's a big one for me. Second one is economy. Third is national security.
Absolutely. What would you like to see happen in those three buckets? With immigration, what do you think should happen?
So there are major issues with immigrations, like I'm not even talking about illegal immigrants. I'm talking about like legal immigrants who are paying taxes.
Right.
Like me, I've been paying taxes for like 10 years and I don't have a right to vote yet because of the long queues and broken immigration system in general.
Okay.
So that's what I would focus more on. I'm not sure, but in general, U.S. meddling with all these Middle Eastern countries, there should be a proper plan of action as to how to handle things, and if things go as they're not expected, then there should be a plan B. But yeah, I'm not much knowledgeable about it, but I think there seems to be a little bit of need to curb ISIS. That's the first thing, and ensure that all these attacks, ensure safety of American people in general.
Absolutely.
And local Middle Eastern people as well.
Right.
Oh, and the one thing that I didn't bring up was guns.
Okay. As in how it's
as
on
within
the streets.
U.S.
Right.
So that's like part of national security. Oh yeah, you have to wait.
Sorry.
Firearms, carrying firearms should be definitely controlled. Sales of firearms should be controlled as well. Any major weapons like machine guns, AK-47 and all, they should definitely not be sold unless you have like a proper license and whatnot.
You said the economy was also something that you were concerned about.
Yes. So it has been better compared to what we I guess saw when Obama came in 2008. As long as there is one thing that I just want to bring up is most of the small businesses are not, and manufacturing has completely gone away from the US, and small businesses are suffering. Taxes are pretty high on middle class and lower class, which should be controlled for sure. Higher higher middle class, or they should essentially be taxed a little more. Bracket should be a little more defined.
I've always been more of an independent or moderate. Never really been exactly to the right or to the left.
Okay.
So
all
really
right.
depending on the candidate
Okay.
and their views
Okay.
is who I like to vote for
Okay.
or who I would consider.
So what views are you thinking about for this particular election?
Anyone who upholds the Constitution, security for our country, of course. Someone who's going to invest into education for our little ones, of course. They're going to be our future. They're going to take care of us one day
Right.
down the line. So I think those topics are important.
Okay. Now, education hasn't really come up a lot. So why do you think that is in this particular race?
I feel that you're correct when it says when you say that education hasn't come up quite a bit. The very few things I have heard, particularly from Donald Trump, is that specifically in inner city schools, like the charter schools, he wants to almost create a system where the parents get to choose the schools that the children will go to, and based on that, I believe that it gives them more of an incentive to the parents to search for these schools, and it provides success for these kids down the line. They're not stuck in failing schools. Unfortunately, that's the reality. They are failing schools, and giving the parents the power and the ability to have moving around to schools that are successful, that have great programs, I think it's a plus.
Right.
I am. I'm leaning more towards Donald Trump. He's not the perfect candidate. No one is. He has said some stuff that's been a little maybe too much. However, he is his own man, and sometimes we need to hear it. And I do agree on probably 85 to 90% of the stuff that he says, and I see the interest that he has on making this country great again. So I'm leaning more towards Trump at this point.
So you connected with the idea that the country is not great. You feel as though the country is less than great right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're $20 trillion in deficit. We don't see it in our bridges. We don't see it in our schools. We don't see it anywhere. It's not being injected anywhere. Where is it going? Is it going to the Affordable Care Act? And based on what I've seen, there's a lot of people paying penalties, or the premiums are going up year by year. So I feel that Trump's plan for not education reform, but healthcare reform is good, because he opens it up to all the states. So all the states actually compete to get your business.
Okay.
You're not, stuck on one or two. There's like 20 of them competing for you, and you get the best rate, whatever works for us.
Okay, all right. So do you feel like the healthcare piece is the piece that's going to move America towards greatness, or is there something else about his platform that you think is going to move America to be great?
Maybe his security right now. The reality is that we don't want to become how Europe is today. They're living in constant fear. The knife attacks and bombings and stuff like that. We need to be tough, as he says. Yes, we should welcome immigrants. Myself, I'm an immigrant. My dad's an immigrant. But times are different. Back then, we were immigrating here to look for jobs and to better our countries. But now I feel that, yes, you may have a portion of the people trying to come in here and better your lives, but then there's another portion that wants to come here and do us harm.
Okay.
That's the reality. That's radicalism. Whether it's because it's vengeance, because we are occupying some of their countries, I get it, but we're in danger, and I feel that extreme vetting should be done.
Okay, all right. So you're in support of the idea of the wall, for instance?
Yes, absolutely. Anytime that we criticize a wall, we should look at Mexico. Mexico is building their own wall between them and their neighboring country, and they don't send you back, they shoot you on the spot. So if they can have a wall, why can't we have a wall?
Okay, good, fair enough. If you had a question to ask either Trump or Clinton right now, if you had them in front of you, what would you ask?
For Trump specifically, I would ask, for those immigrants that are trying to come in here legally, what process would you take? How would you make the process faster, smoother? What steps would you take? Because right now it's taking way too long. I believe that this country is strong because of immigrants, but I feel that the process needs to be sped up. What would he do? Trump specifically.
You have a question for Clinton?
For Clinton, no, no question. Just a statement. I think that she's probably the most corrupt human being in this country, and I can't invest my vote into her and then see my children's future down the line. You know? And for her to think that because I'm a minority, she has my vote automatically is an insult to me. And to me, is I do my own research, and I will conclude. I voted Democrat in the past, and I've voted Republican in the past.
Honestly, I can't think of a question that they would be able to answer honestly or straightforwardly. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't trust either one.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Out of all the friends, say hi, everybody.
Hi, YouTube.
Awesome.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the 35-day mark. There is a vice presidential debate happening tonight. So Tim Kaine and Pence are going to go at it. Probably not as spectacularly as we expect the Clinton-Trump confab to be, right? Because that's coming up on the 9th. Hopefully you'll get to tune in. I'm going to be tuning in to see what's going on. Then on Sunday, the 9th, Clinton and Trump go back at it again on the stage in St. Louis, Missouri. And it seems like the Donald is promising to really get bananas with this one. Let's see what happens. Maybe he won't get bananas. So maybe they'll actually have a chance to talk about policy and discuss in which direction they plan to take this fair country. Let's see what happens. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the 35-day mark. It is almost done. Are you registered to vote? I will once again supply links so that you can find out the deadline for your state. Get the registration thing going, man, if you haven't registered yet. Voting is your right. Do it. Make your voice heard. I, for one, will be going to those polls. And until then, until October 9th, actually, we'll see you again soon. Boom.